Hey there, welcome to the Girl Go Global podcast, where faith and works are empowered. With every episode, we're embracing our multi-layered lives with faith, know-how, and grit. I'm your host, Dr. Jasmine, and I'm ready to go global with you. Let's get started. Welcome to the Girl Go Global podcast, where faith and works are empowered. I'm Dr. Jasmine, and I can't wait to have this conversation with you. It is 2023, y'all. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be just around here in these podcast streets. I'm so excited to be venturing out into some great things, anticipation of what the Lord has for me, of things that I'm working on, different projects. And y'all, guess what? I'm not going to get into it too soon. Wait a minute. Let me roll that back. I'm not going to get into the guess what just yet. I want to introduce you to my guest today. Miss Tiffany Reneé is with us, y'all. Say hi to the global girls.
Happy New Year, all you good people and boss babes and wonderful women. I'm glad to be here at the top of 2023.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining me, girlie. And thank you so much, because we're about to have some good conversation. We are just going to have some convo about what 2023 is giving. Like, it's already started to give, but most of all, I'm anticipating stepping into some things that I know that the Lord has for me this year. And I don't want to jump into our conversation without acknowledging that I really am just feeling in my spirit, in my mind. I'm not trying to be so super deep. I'm just letting it flow. I have some things I want. I have some things I desire. I have some things in my journal, my vision board, whatever. I have those things in the back of my mind. But whatever God wants to pick out and say, this is the gift to you this year, that's it. That's all I'm kind of focusing on. And I'm just going to let it flow and just step into it. This is, for me, the year of just stepping into it. Whatever it is, whether it's a new door, a pivot, or something in between. I'm just going to step into whatever, whether I got to step forward or step to the side. Stepping forward means I'm stepping into something new. Stepping to the side for me is just going to mean, oh, God said you need to pivot, girl. So that's what I'm feeling right now. And so we just having a conversation. This is not so much going through our traditional step-by-step of our show rundown for real. We're just talking about our feelings, thoughts, and emotions for 2023. So here's a peek into our conversation. What's your thoughts, Tiffany?
Nice. You said a couple of things that I subscribe to and align with. The whole flow, idea of flow. I really got into the flow of things last year, where I was intentional about flowing and no longer wanting to force anything. Mm-hmm. I don't want to force anything, not relationships, not projects, not businesses, not anything. I don't want to do that. That's not the life that I want to live. That no longer aligns with me. So I am flowing, and if I have to force it, then I'm letting it go. So more flow, less force. And then the other thing that you said that resonated with me was the pivot. I have been on a pivot kick for the last year. My employees are probably sick of hearing about pivoting. I literally just said something today about to them about pivoting. And I just believe in it. Now, Jasmine, you are a dancer. I used to dance as well. And one thing we learned, I'm sure you learned as a dancer, is we are never stuck. All you have to do is pivot, change a level, turn around, shift to the side. And so I am applying a lot of those things that we learned when we were dancing, specifically in modern dance, to my life. And so that pivot is strong. I actually have a card that says, it speaks about the power of the pivot.
Yeah,
a change in direction. Yeah, a change in direction may be the right move. And so I am just applying these things to my life. So don't think I'm just writing these words on cards and then giving them to you. I'm actually living by them, or at least attempting to. Yeah.
So for me, 2023 has already given me a manifestation of a long time, years old girl dream, right? A
Nice.
dream to visit Sierra Leone in West Africa. I spent the holiday, almost 3 weeks in Sierra Leone, West Africa, and it was super, super great. I visited my oldest living aunt on my dad's side. My dad is from Sierra
Wow.
Leone. I visited family whom I've never met. I've only been like chit-chatting on WhatsApp with. So just a hug face to face was super emotional for me. And I just like literally needed to sit in it, as Iyanla
Mm.
like says, like for real, for this is that was not my first time in Africa, but definitely my first time in Sierra Leone, the place of my father's birth. And I visited my family's compound, which is over 100 years old. My aunt is 89. She
Wow.
was born there. My dad was born there. I still have family living on our family compound. And like
Wow.
sneakily, yo, my grandfather was the man. Like I'm standing outside on the street. I gotta have another show about just Sierra Leone, period, because of like literally my experience. And maybe I'll just bring my husband over and we can have a conversation about our experience there. But literally, I'm standing out on the street with my cousins, and they say, "Oh, that's our house. We own that. We're renting that. That's our house. Oh yeah, we got that. Oh, we got a couple of houses on the other block." And then they just listen to me how many properties my family owns because of my grandfather.
Wow. Wow.
So think
Talk
of
about a
him
legacy.
like, but like I like to call it an ancient inheritance. Hello. So like literally, my dad lives on the property. We have a house across the street from the Atlantic Ocean off the beach. And that was my dad's property. I am going to build my own residence for when I travel there on that land. Like literally, I sat in it and still processing everything that I felt. I feel like a void has been filled in my life.
Wow.
And it's one thing to say when you go to a country where there are tons of African Americans, so it's not African Americans, but tons of Black people, and you can see yourself, but like to literally see myself. Like I've grew up around my mom's family, but to be face to face with someone whose nose looked just like mine, or whose
Wow.
features are just like my aunt, like was literally, she could not walk, she barely could see, but we hugged, we danced, and she just kept grabbing my hands, and her hands look like my hands.
Wow. This is so I know you said we're gonna talk about Sierra Leone in another show, but just let's take a pause right here because everyone knows you and I have been friends for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the days, and I think I can talk about this because you wrote about it in your book.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember the days where you were disconnected from your father.
Yeah.
And to hear you speak of going back to his homeland, literally the land, and the inheritance that was waiting for you once you reconnected, that's a powerful thing. The legacy that continued and was extended to you once you reconnected, it just speaks to circling back and going home in more ways than one.
For sure.
So I'm
And
super happy for you.
it also speaks to my level of the God's grace to allow me to forgive. I didn't grow up in the house with my dad. It took a lot of years for us to get to the place where I even called him dad, or daddy, or feeling like I have a deep connection with him to even in this moment feel like I am a daddy's girl. Like I would have never thought that I would feel that emotion, but I'm grateful to God because he did everything he promised. And so,
Wow.
we were supposed to travel to Sierra Leone 2020, but y'all know what 2020 gave. We didn't even go back there, right? But God allowed me to have the strength and the fortitude and the power to make this journey, which was literally a journey, right? Literally a journey from, we flew out of New York, we went to Morocco, we had an 18-hour layover, then we're in Sierra Leone like 24 hours later. It was just a whole little thing. We're going to talk about it later, but like literally a journey, right? If anybody who's ever traveled to the continent. And so I'm just excited about it. So I say all that to say, I feel like I've gotten so much in the first not even 30 days. You know, I spent Christmas and I spent the New Year, came back home, you know, but I spent my New Year in a place that I've always wanted to visit. So like if this year is not giving anything else, it gave me that. And I can look back as this year continues, and obviously we'll have some ebbs and flows, right? But I can look back and say, God, you did that for me. And so I know for sure I can hold on to the next thing that I desire, I have on my vision board, I have in my journal manifest itself. So yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. My new year, I feel like it still started off good. I got to spend some time with family over the holidays, so that was good, and I was appreciative of that. It was well needed. You never really realize how much you need that until you're sitting in it, and you're like,
yes.
oh, okay. So
Common thread, I'm feeling that. Right.
so yeah. The thing about that, you never realize how much you need something like that, like being around family, being surrounded by your people until you're actually sitting in it, right?
For sure.
So that's how I ended 2022. And I came home just in time for 2023 to begin. And I just had, I felt like, okay, this is a new. Well, first of all, I love numbers. And so the 2023 is the year of the 7. And 2 plus 2 plus 3 equals 7. And 7 for me means the promise, completion, the prophecy fulfilled. We know what 7 means. So I'm super excited about that. That in alone gave me big hope for 2023.
Yes.
However, in that hope, I have felt the need to get rid of some stuff, in quotation marks, and let go of some things. So I started the year off in a fast, and I cut off my hair.
And I just went and got some braids and got some hair. Hello.
I cut off some hair. Just, just not wanting to take anything old and dead into 2023. I felt the need to fast, and I thought, I'm just going to do this for, 21 days, 14 days. And then when that time was up, I found myself taking away some more things. So when I see purging, when I sense purging or the removal of things, people, things, in my life, I know that means that something is making room.
Make room. Hello.
Make room. And so it's making room. So I'm sitting in great anticipation and expectation of what 2023 is coming with and bringing to my doorstep and placing in front of me. So I'm super excited about that. Anytime things start going away and and things start shifting, and it's like, wait, what's going on? I used to become anxious about those things. Like, oh my goodness, I can't do this. I'm losing this. I don't have this anymore. I don't have this person. This person is gone. That person. And then I realized that is not rejection. That is actually making room. When you want a plant to grow, you cut off parts of it to prune it, right? You prune it. And what happens after you prune? There is an abundance of growth that comes after you prune. And so this time it feels different that I'm choosing to prune as opposed to me being in a pruning season without kicking and screaming, without my permission, for lack of a better expression. So I'm super excited about that. There are big things in store for 2023. I believe that prayers will be answered, and the impossibles will become possible. And I'm super excited to see what will manifest. So I'm excited. I am super excited. I'm
So
super excited.
this year, I'm just kind of, normally I might write down my goals or freshen up a vision board, or I got enough vision boards, to be honest. And I ain't knocking nobody to make their vision board, but I'm saying I need to, be strategic about what I've already set and made intention on, right? So I'm just letting the thing flow. Like, I'm letting it flow. I'm just going to step into it. And I put in that work. I put in that work in 2022. I put in work to help build up my business and more, put some work processes in place, some workflows, automation, a bunch of things, got an assistant, started making some contracts with some, excuse me, some other partners. And so I'm ready to step into it. I was just telling my husband, I'm ready to, all right, I'm ready for this money to be flowing a little bit more with my business, in addition to my 9 to 5. I'm ready for this 5 to 9 to start thriving a little bit more, because I've done a lot of work to lay the groundwork, because when I do start to take in more clients, I want to be able to have that automation in place where I won't be overburdened or overwhelmed. But at the same time, just personally, I'm just looking forward to a deeper relationship with my husband. We're going to be doing some renovations in the home. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff. But at the same time, I'm rushing
Trying to
it.
say that this year, my husband. I think I'm trying to say that this year.
Oh, come on, Jesus.
I
And
think
we
I'm
love
trying
to
to say that
see
this
it.
year.
New titles, new levels, new titles. Hello. Yeah, it
Yep.
does. It does. It does sound good. I
It
hug
sounds
and stuff,
nice. You
right?
sound nice saying that. I think
That's
I
funny.
might
I
want to say
like, for
that this year.
sure. Listen, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to new podcast season. Looking forward to new content dropping, some live episodes and all of that. But I'm just grateful for the opportunity to still be here, to still be healthy, to still just be living in purpose. And so that's what I feel for this year. I just feel like this year is going to be totally intentional and purpose driven. And the one thing that I'm looking forward to is some new relationships, because I'm like, literally, I always used to be the person who say no new friends, right? No new friends. But I feel like
I've gotten
2020,
out of that. I've
I'm
gotten out
out
of
of it.
that.
Like
Yeah.
I'm kind of out of that. I was just literally thinking
If God want to put somebody in
recently,
your life, who are you to say they can't come?
come on, Jesus, and that
I'm
part.
just
And
saying.
like, I think um and then maybe I'm feeling this way because God is going to put some new relationships in my life, personal,
Yeah.
professional, and all of that, and all of the above. So having said that, I was like literally just thinking, I want some new friends. I want some new endeavors, some new surroundings, some new personalities around me. All these like-minded. We ain't gonna just be allowing people in the circle of trust, just all randomly. But at the same time, it's a lot of dope people out here that I need to be connected to, and I feel like I'm pretty dope. So let's be dope together. Like, seriously.
Absolutely. I think it's interesting that you said I'm usually a make a list kind of person, do a vision board kind of person. I didn't do that. I too am that person. At least make a vision board. I get my son. I'm like, hey, we gotta set out our goals for this year. I didn't do that this year, which is very out of habit. Like usually that's something that I make sure is done the first day of the new year. But I didn't do that this year because again, I just want to flow. I want to flow into my new roles, flow into my new titles, flow into whatever it is that I'm supposed to be doing this year. In my 9 to 5, you brought up your 9 to 5. In my 9 to 5, we had a meeting where all the leaders had to share their goals um, with the bigger staff.
So did you
And
tell them that your main goal was to grow your business?
well, I absolutely told them that
I was kidding,
I
but
said no. Well, listen, don't kid because it'd be like that. I told them that I wanted to balance my time better and take more leave. so that I can do what it is that I want to do and that I am passionate about. I want to make more deposits into my passion projects and my dreams. I want to continue to build my business, to set some things in place that I cannot do if I'm giving you all of my time and energy.
And
Mind you, my big boss was in the meeting.
What did they say? I feel like that was like mouth drop.
They were in support. They were in support of what I was saying. They were like, oh wow, like, yeah, I was like, I want to practice what I preach. I help everyone give legs to their dreams and give legs to what they want to do and what their purpose is, and and create what it is that they're supposed to be creating, right? I mean, granted, we both were ghostwriters, like this is what we do, but we never really turned it back on us and actually did it for ourselves the way we did it for other people. And so this year, that is my goal. I am laser focused on the Muse and the Messenger, to the point where people are coming to me. I was celebrating one of my best friend's birthday in Florida at the beginning of the year, and my distributor for my candles was there, and she came to me like, so are we dropping? I'm not gonna say the name yet because I don't know if we're dropping it, but are we dropping this candle for Valentine's Day? And I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about I hadn't even thought about it. And here she is like, girl, come on. The people are ready for another scent. And I'm like, oh, wow. I don't even feel like I pushed the latest candle that we have out, the gratitude candle, enough. And so I think that was just like in alignment. Like last year, at the end of the year, I was full of gratitude. I'm still full of gratitude. But now I'm taking that gratitude and using it to help me trust more and worry less.
That's good.
And so that is one of my intentions this year, is to trust more and worry less.
I love
and
that.
that's a big bucket. You know what I mean? Because a lot of things.
Love that.
So a lot of things. So more flow, less force, trust more, worry less. These are the things that I want to do. And my deposits are going to be into me and mine first this year. So,
you can't serve others unless you serve yourself first. You gotta
right.
you gotta be good,
I owe it to the Muse and the Messenger. I owe it to myself. I owe it to give these things that I have created, that God has created through me. I owe it to invest in it the same way I would for someone else.
For sure.
And I'm just waiting to see what that looks like, because I know what I give of myself to other people. So I can only imagine like what that feels like to receive it. Because I haven't received it. So not to be getting uber deep or anything like that, but so that's it. I mean, of course I gave goals for my team and my staff and my employees, and they were on board. Everyone's like, oh yeah, but my main goal focuses on Tiffany Reneé, focuses on the Muse and the Messenger, focuses on my family that I'm building, focuses on me as a mother, focuses on me as a partner, me as a friend, as a sister,
wife.
me as a wife.
Yes.
So I'm just here doing that. And I am taking people up on their offers this year. Usually I'm like, oh, you know how to do that. Oh, we don't have it. Time out for all of that. If people want to bless you, I'm open to the blessings.
Yes.
You and I were on a phone call the other day. And so Jasmine, Dr. Jazz is one of my breaking case of emergency people, right? She literally will say, call me before you respond.
Right. Run that by me first before you say
call me before you say such and such, And so I took her up on that offer, and I called her, and I'm glad I did. So to your have been delivered from the no new friends zone.
Mm.
And I have been delivered on the, I'm super private. I think I have been the most open on this podcast that I ever have. And so, I'm discussing a situation with her and I'm like, well, this is how I feel. And this is how, you never know. People may not be going through the exact same thing that you're going through, but they have gone through something similar and lived to know that there's another side. They've gotten to the other side of a thing. And so I am being open to that. Now, you can't be listening to everybody,
For
right?
sure.
However, there are a few good men, good women that you can listen to, and they give some very wise advice. And so I'm being open to that. There are people that are where I want to be. And I'm open to hearing how they got there, what they did. And I'm super excited. I'm super excited. I'm most excited, seriously, about as far as Music Messenger goes, as about our card that is going to be released in February.
Mm.
I know people don't give Black History cards, but Black History Month is a very good time to drop a black card.
Black on black on black.
Yes. And I'm super excited about this card because I feel like it looks a little different than our regular cards, and it speaks to going beyond the dream.
Mm.
And so, not necessarily a Black History card, but I just feel like it was a good month to drop it. Just a very encouraging card to just give to anyone. And so I'm super excited about it. I can't wait for y'all to see it. It is in the works now, and it should be dropping like in the next week. But I'm super excited. I'm super excited. It has a couple familiar faces or backs on it, so we'll see if y'all notice who's on the card this time.
When I saw the proof, I said I didn't want to say nothing, but yeah, it looks really good. I'm excited about it. Um, it's just something that you can kind of give anytime, but
You can give
try
anytime.
not to try to start maybe a new phase, a new fad, right? Give a Black History Month card.
Yeah, why not? Like, I mean,
Hello.
why not? The last time I created a card like this, I put it out on Juneteenth.
Mm-hmm.
Not last year, but even before. That person you persevered, endured, and thrived, because resilience is deep in your pedigree. And you can get that card anytime. So this one is another one of those, and it truly is a reflection. I try to make them, reflections. So this one I think is really a reflection.
But speaking of
We,
reflection, one of the things that I kind of miss from we in a different time. I miss I was missing it last year, but now I'm missing it. I miss Bible study. I miss going to Bible study, actually, not just sitting at home on the YouTube or streaming on. I miss like Bible study. So one of the things about, for me is being a reflection of Christ. And so because I want to reflect him, because I want to be like him and all of the above, I just ordered me a new devotional that I'm going to, set with intention. Um, I may not get to it every day, but I definitely want to do a couple times a week where I'm just like getting into the devotional and studying the scriptures associated with the devotional. Because I'm just wanting to dive a little deeper in my word. Um, Personally, just for personal development. I feel like I am my greatest self when I am studying the word, when I am praying regularly, when I have my private meditation time, that I feel like I'm at my greatest self. I am unmovable. And so that's how I'm going to be operating in my faith. Not only am I going to be, just going to church more, actually going to a service tonight. But Friday night, I ain't been to Friday night service in a long time, but it's a church full
Lord,
of
it's
young
been a
people.
long time
Here
since I
it's
went
a
to church
church
for the
full of
Friday.
young people here in Maryland, and I'm just gonna go see what's going on and just get a little worship, in my life. You set my year right. I'm trying to just get every, start a process. And then I'm going to be, working on my health and working on my fitness goals and things of that nature. And that's always a goal. That's a life goal, just to just be healthy, just healthy, just using the right things on my skin and eating the right things. I've always felt like I was always into my health, but just kind of streamlining even more. And so that's what I got. That's what I got for 2023. I got my faith there. I got my strategies in place to keep me there. And one of my strategies is like leaning into my relationship with God even more, and then leaning into intention with my marriage and my relationships with my family. And like I said, uh, I am putting out there right here on this podcast that I'm open to new relationships, whether it's personal, professional, and all of the above, because some of my greatest connections of late have been some people that I just met, So
Nice.
for sure, for sure, for sure. I didn't even know that when we met back, what was it, 2014, 15, that we would be as
14.
close as we are. So like, I'm
Actually, it
just,
was before then.
it
It was
was
before. Yeah, it was like
13.
2013. 13. Yeah.
It
It was
was, because
13.
I thought, okay. Oh,
Yeah, it was 13.
I thought
It
it
was
was
some memorable stuff
14.
that, nope, it was memorable stuff that happened that year. It was 13.
Okay, so
I
see there,
remember.
see
um,
there.
I actually started going to, it's so funny. This is how you know when you're in alignment with people. Because either they do it and then you feel the need to do it and they do it, or they're they feel the need to do it and you have done it.
Mm,
I actually started going, and I think I told you this. I started going to a Bible study on
mm,
Wednesday nights here in Atlanta. Um, it's run by Christina and Stefan Cheney. They're from Cali, but they live here now. And I have been going before the holidays. I haven't been because I've been out of town and been traveling, and I'm just trying to get settled back in my house. So I haven't gone this year because I haven't been here. But I started going there, and it was fulfilling. I think also I started a devotion
mm,
uh, uh, earlier this year, and I don't know. It felt like something was missing. So you go back to your center when you feel like something is missing. And I've been hooked on doing these devotions, and I've been intentional. I too feel way more like myself when I am meditating and intensely devoting time to my spiritual and religious practices.
mm.
Um, and so I've been, doing a devotion. I actually did uh, a fast with Candace Bimbo this beginning of this year.
Mm.
Um, and that went really well. That was 21 days. That's over now. But then a group of my line sisters, we were like, we were accountability partners for working out and stuff. And so then we were like, maybe we should go back and just let's just do maybe a vegan raw juice situation for
Mm.
a couple weeks. And we all had at one point been vegan, and so we're like, okay, yeah, we could do it or whatever. And I just think it offers so much clarity. You would be so
The
surprised.
clarity. It's the clarity for me.
Yes, you will be so surprised of the clarity that you receive when you're intentional about what you're putting in your body and what you're putting in your mind and what you're allowing in your spirit. And when you are very intentional and mindful of those things, things that would shake you before no longer do. So
Mm-hmm.
this year for me is given what? It's given flow. It is giving trust. It is giving new titles. It is giving new roles. It is giving new cards. It is giving a more fortified business. It is giving calm. It is giving secure. It is giving time, me
Mm.
time. It is giving me time. Um, it is giving health and wellness. I am very focused on getting in a wedding dress this
Ah,
year. And I'm joking, but I'm serious. I don't know why I'm even talking about that, but I'm
Listen,
serious.
I gotta get my stuff together.
So that way, when it happened, we can
jump
come
in
back
some
to this
pictures.
episode. Okay. When it happened, we can come back to this episode and be like, I knew something was up with her because she kept talking about it. And I don't know if y'all know, but I tend to do things in private. And so I'm that person that will pop up and be married. So just FYI. But I'm not gonna do that to you, Jazz. I'm gonna invite you, Jazz.
Yeah, because y'all might not hear from her for a while. She do that.
It's giving more podcasts. It's giving more podcasts. It's giving yeah, I'm ready. Like I'm ready to amplify these things that we are doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to amplify these things and what that looks like. What is 2023 giving for you? We want to know what 2023 is giving for you. So tap in, reach out, go to the Girl Go Global IG page, email Dr. Jazz. You can go to the Muse_Tiffany Renee's page, and we're going to post this, at least something to let you know that the podcast episode is live and for you all to listen. And when we do, we want to know what you're going to be given, what 2023 is given this year for you. Dr. Jazz and I are about to go on a ride, and it's going to be a memorable year for us. I can feel it in my spirit. It's the year of the promises fulfilled. And so I'm excited about that. So Dr. Jazz, recap. What's 2023 giving again?
It's giving, I think I'm just going to sum it up by saying, I'm giving unto myself. I'm giving unto the Lord, and it's going to give back to me. It's going to be like full circle.
That was good.
You know what I'm saying? I'm giving my year some stuff, and the year going to give me back some stuff.
Okay, so Dr. Jazz just took my spot with the one-liner this episode. I don't know how I feel about it, but it's all good.
I was feeling that in my shana. Like I was feeling that. Like
that was
everything
good.
that we talked about. I feel like we're being intentional about giving and being of service to our own lives, being of service to God, and in return, it's going to give back.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for that, and I'm getting a little emotional just even like thinking about that. For sure,
me too. I can feel it in my belly.
That kind of hit me. I ain't even trying to be funny right now. It kind of hit me seriously. So look, I'm about to go to church, y'all, because my hand's gonna be raised in the next hour. I'm gonna be like giving. I'm giving unto the Lord. I'm giving Him my Friday night. You know,
it pulled on a string.
Yeah,
it pulled on a string for sure. That's good stuff. You know what? When you were saying that, my hands were clenched, and as you were saying that, I opened them.
Open your hands and receive.
And I'm telling you, the tighter your grasp on the thing, the easier it slips away. But if you open your hands on it, it allows it to stay freely and you to receive more. That thing is good. Say my name when you go to Friday night church service today. Okay, you just say my name. You ain't got to say nothing else. Just say my name.
God knows. He sees and
God knows. I'm excited to go global with you this year. I'm excited to go global with all the girls. And I think we should check in maybe at the end of each quarter to see, is it giving what we said it was giving, or I'm sure it will be giving more.
But
for
sure.
It's nice to start the year off with y'all. And remember, y'all got to go global because it's no other way to go.
How about that?
You got to go global. You got to be either the muse or the messenger.
Either one. So listen, this has been great. Tiffany Reneé, thank you so much for joining me. It's always a pleasure. So if you have been enjoying the content, if you have binge listened those episodes back from 2022, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and share the content with your friend. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't forget to go global.